Hello and welcome to episode 197 for the 15th of February, 2024. Look at that. I got the year right this time. It only takes
You
me like a
did.
month and a half to actually figure out that we're in a new year. So mid-February is when I tend to get things sorted out, apparently. So 197 episodes. I think that's a pretty good run, TJ.
Yeah, that's a good run so far. I mean, they haven't kicked us off yet.
Right, right. And that makes me question, whatever the powers are that are supposed to control the internet, like they're sleeping on the job apparently.
Yeah, they're
All right,
horrible at their jobs.
but that's fine. I don't
Yeah,
mind. It doesn't bother
I said
me.
I'll take it.
We can stick around and keep talking to people. Let's see. I need to silence that.
Yeah, I was like,
People are just
I just,
blowing
I
up
just,
my phone tonight.
I just,
All right.
put my phone on silent. But
So we got this week at GearReport. Boom, that's the name of the program we're on right now. Typically, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about recent reviews. I don't actually have anything ready to publish. Caleb has a draft that is about ready. So I'd like to thank our sponsor, Sylvan Arms, and go check out some of their stuff at their website. I think that's all I'm allowed to say, like on the YouTubes, because they don't like companies like that have arms in the name. Let's see. Reviews will be published soon. Definitely, we got that one from Caleb that is going to be published soon. And he's our hunting editor, so I'll tell you what kind of stuff that's going to be. Let's see. Where do we want to go with the program this evening? I'll tell you something that is coming soon. That I've got some video to post up of a couple things that happened last weekend. Jose Juan and I got together out with Alan at Quarter Horse Arms, and the 10 millimeter Strybog came in, so that was fun. We got to go
oh,
play with
nice.
that and
You have to go
ring in
shoot.
some steel. And I haven't done much shooting in a while, so that
I
was nice to
know.
get back out there. And Jose Juan has got a new Ruger. I think it's a custom shop on it, which is interesting to me because I've been doing guitar stuff for a while, and a lot of the big guitar companies have what they call a custom shop where you can go in and say, here's what I'd like different. So sometimes it's just like a guitar that they've done a little bit extra on, put a little more time into, or it's more fancy looking. They've polished it up more. They've used a wood with better grain or figuring in it, done some neat new colors. Or you can say, here's what I want on mine, and they custom build it. So that's what a guitar custom shop is. I didn't know that Ruger and apparently some other gun companies are doing custom shop firearms now. So this Ruger, it's a left-handed 1022 in a
Yeah,
fiberglass
lefties,
stock that's absolutely
wrong-handed
gorgeous.
shooters.
Yeah, wrong-handed, I know. Um, man, that thing's a tack driver. We
Is it?
weren't shooting far. I mean, we're probably shooting about 40, 45 yards. That was it. But
Yeah.
still, like I took the big what is it? It's a gong of some sort, like a competition target shaped gong, and shot a smiley face on it. Um,
Nice.
oh, you know what? I bet I can even show you that. Here, let me get a screen up here, and I
Yeah.
will show you the smiley face that I shot
I'm
on
a
that, and a
I'm
couple
a
other pictures from
fan.
it.
I'm a fan of the Air Nines. They're tack drivers usually. If you get them in right, they're
Oh, this isn't an
they're
AR-9. This is a 1022, so it's a 22 long
oh,
rifle, and that I think he said he's got about 8 or $900 in that rifle. Like,
oh,
it was not for a 1022, that's, like, crazy expensive, right? But he's wanted one forever, so he
yeah.
got one, and, you can see it's got the little kind of muzzle brake thing out here at the end. It's a very nice looking rifle. You can see Jose Juan was not comfortable with the way I was holding it. He was afraid I was going to drop his brand new fancy rifle. So you see him holding it up here, and I'm holding it while I'm taking a picture, which I appreciate. He didn't want me to drop it, because that's my Vortex LVPO, the 1 to 10. Like that's a $2,500 optic on his $800 rifle, but he was
Right.
worried about the rifle. Anyhow, you can
Most
see
is.
where I did the eyes and the nose and the mouth, and then I ran out. I was going to do one more, but
It's kind of
that
yeah,
magazine was empty, so I
kind
stopped.
of like a smirk, not a smile.
It is, and I
Like,
think that's. But for anyone who knows me, it's like, well, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
That tracks. So Jose Juan's rifle here. See another couple pictures. You know what? I'm going to leave that open and see if we can cycle through some pictures. It's got the adjustable height on the cheek rest back here, and the little pick rail on top, so you can mount it. It's a fluted barrel, and it's got a neat little kind of push forward thing to drop the mag. It's kind of neat. It was a joy to shoot, even though it was wrong-handed, so it was ejected on the wrong side. And I'll post this video up on like the firearms channel, the GearReport firearms channel, at some point. But you guys are getting a little bit of a sneak peek at some of these things here. So that was one, and then he had another one that he's had for a while and had some trouble getting the review done. Here it is, and that's a Volquartsen. And check this out: a straight pull. Isn't that crazy? Like
mm-hmm.
that is really cool, in my opinion. How this works.
That
I've
is
got
neat.
so
Yep.
my favorite bolt action rifle ever is the Swiss K31,
Lever actionist kind
and
of.
you pull. It's got a straight pull on the bolt, but it actually rotates the bolt
Yeah.
inside. It's got cams that rotate it as you pull it back and rotate it as you push it forward. And this one looks like it's just pulling it back and then pushing it forward. So excellent camera work there. I'm sure you
Yeah.
noticed. um,
I saw that. I
and
was
I'm
going to say
telling
something.
you, this was his original target from a year or two ago when he shot the first groups with that gun. And he had some issues, and we got a different optic on it and changed up the ammo. And he was just chewing targets up Saturday with the two different rifles. So that was a pretty successful day out there at the Quarter Horse Arms range. And you can tell he put his box target beside the steel, so as I'm shooting at the steel with the 10 millimeter, the spall is coming off and streaking across, and the box was full of little bits of bullet. And he's like, "Dude, you're tearing my target up." So I had to be careful about that. So anyhow,
Oh,
those are the
shoot better.
two. Yeah, really. Those are the two that Jose Juan has been working on. The Volquartsen. I actually don't remember what that rifle is called. Can we read a name on it up here? It's the No, it doesn't say on that side. I was hoping it would, but apparently it doesn't. So anyhow, he's got those two that he's working on, and then I've got the Graham Power Strybog 10 that was featured in our what's it called? The thumbnail for the program here. Let's see if we rotate
Mm-hmm.
that, make that bigger. There we go. There's the
Nice.
Strybog. In the box before we shot it, we had some SMB 10 millimeter and some of that Underwood that they sent us last year. The 10, so two different types of 10 millimeter that we ran through it. I
Both
had
ran fine.
the Vortex, the AMG UH1. I put it on there, and then I was thinking about it while I was driving out to the range. I was like, you know what? I didn't check the battery in that. Sure enough, the little CR123
Ah,
was dead. So
I
I'm gonna reach out to StreamYard and see
uh,
if they'll send me some of the rechargeable
we talked to that battery guy too. Good shot
the
shot.
battery guy.
Yeah, he had a bunch of batteries and stuff. I'll send you his stuff if you don't have it.
Oh, that'll be cool.
He said, "Yeah, I'll send it
Defense
over to
Dad's
you."
out there. He gave us a yo.
What's up?
Gary snuck in the 3 yos without the trademark, which I really appreciate, Gary.
I
Thank
know.
you.
Thank God we don't have to pay for that.
And then he must have interrupted Defense Dad as he was casually kicking out the yos.
Yeah, so
And then
technically,
he's got a
Gary
decent, yeah.
has the first triple yo in.
He does, yeah. Volkortsim makes some really nice stuff. He says, really, in all caps, nice stuff from Defense Dad. They really do. Excellent stuff. Excellent. And so this Strybog it performed very well itself. Had the little stream light. I put that light on it just so I'd have something to show off that had a little
Well,
rail under
yeah.
there. I got home and was like, wait a second, I made a couple, like I have boxes full of forward vertical grips, angle grips, the
Mhm.
little stops, just so your hand doesn't go off the front and get in front of the barrel. I don't remember what the rules are for each different type of firearm. So I was like, I'm not going to put any of that on. I'll just put the flashlight on and then I'll go look up the
Rules.
rules and make sure I don't do anything wrong. Um, but anyhow, so those are some things that are coming. And also, also, let's see, I'm going to stop sharing that one. Also, I've got, I don't think I can show it to you without risking
See, I've
getting
got
nuked.
something right here.
I
Right?
have, I've been building. Oh yeah, I'm touching it right now. Okay. I'll show
Well,
you the top of
I
it and you'll be
figured
like,
that.
what the heck? This, yeah, isn't that crazy? This is part of a firearm that I'm making. And, it actually uses threaded rods to hold some parts of it together. And
Mhm.
yeah, I know. It's really,
Mhm.
really funky. You'll have to go to our Rumble channel, the Gear Report Firearms channel on Rumble, to see the details on that, or the Gear Report Maker channel. I'm posting both of those on Rumble, not on
You
YouTube.
can't
The
see it here.
YouTube is the sanitized version of what we have, and you have
Like
to
the
go to Rumble if you want to see the full stuff. For Guitar Gear Report, there's more stuff. For Gear Report Maker, there's a lot of 3D printing stuff that you may find interesting that's on Rumble that's not on YouTube, and on Gear Report Firearms as well. So anyhow, you remember we met Kurt up there at the supplier showcase. Kurt of KAK Industry, CAC Industry makes really that they've got a whole range of neat things that they make, and they support the. No, I can't say what they support either. Dang it. Anyhow, let me just say, actually, all the parts that I ordered from them were like factory AR parts. There was nothing specific to making guns, DIY guns, that I got from them. But it was really neat. So this is the first time this has happened. And TJ, have you run into this before where you talk to a brand about sending stuff and instead of queuing up an order to send stuff to review or as part of a project, have you ever had a brand say, create an account on our website? Tell me when the email address you used when that account was created, and I'll put money in that account, and then you just buy whatever you need. And I was like,
I have
oh,
not. That'd
that's
be
neat. They didn't put as
that'd be
much
neat.
money as I was hoping.
Yeah.
I had a solid I had a solid $1,000 worth of stuff in the cart for 2 projects that I told them I
You're like,
wanted to
"Womp,
start.
womp, womp."
And they put $300 in, which was enough to finish the first project. So I was like, all right, this makes sense. They never worked with us before. Those parts will come in. I'm going to get the content out and then I'll be like, okay, that one's done.
Right.
Project 2, let's go.
Yep.
Um,
Account you have the account number. Let's go. Load it up.
yeah. Yeah. So
There's the
anyhow,
Ghost. What's the
Roy,
Ghost?
Roy, Roy from Ghost. That's
Listen, it's Ghost. We'll take what we can get.
really, yeah. Oh, and he says, I've had a gift company give me a gift card before. Very weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
I mean,
understand the accounting of why they do it the way they do it, but I mean, for this one, it made
counts as
perfect sense.
it
Is
counts as sales, I guess, as far as numbers.
I don't know. But when it added up, and honestly, it was probably just to make it easier for them and for me both. I didn't have to send them part numbers. I had sent them a list of I need an AR-15 barrel in 5.56. I want it to be 16 inches long. I don't care what it's made of, what profile, any of that. I need a 16-inch 5.56 barrel, and I need a lower parts kit, and I need, let's see, what else do I need for that one?
I don't know.
barrel, lower parts kit.
BCG.
BCG. Yeah. So actually, what I'm making has a printed bolt carrier, but it will have, obviously it can't have a printed bolt. So I needed a bolt, but I was like, just send me the whole bolt carrier because
Easier.
if the printed one doesn't work, then I will need to
Go to the
I'll
hospital.
need to cut. No, well that too maybe. Um, It's actually what I'm making is going to be a pump action AR-15. So it's going to when it fires, the bolt's closed, like it's
Okay.
fully forward and rotated and locked in position. Um, because if it doesn't lock all the way, then the way an AR-15 bolt goes in, it rotates forward. If it's not locked all the way, it'll be back just enough that the firing pin won't hit hard
Mm-hmm.
enough and it won't fire. So that's why I was advised to make this one first. Is if I do anything wrong, it just won't fire. So so in
There you go.
theory, the bolt is locked in place. It fires. There's no stress on the carrier. It doesn't matter if it's plastic. You know. So we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be very
We'll see.
interesting. But that project is in the works. So we've got. All right, Justin is here.
We'll
Welcome.
all know if the maker channel doesn't go
What's
well, and
up?
I'm solo on the show for a couple weeks because Elephant Man over there is all mangled up and stuff.
Yeah. Well, this one, I mean, it should be hard to screw this up, and I don't want to like I should shut up, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm like digging a hole. I'm practically guaranteeing that something's going to go wrong. It's going to blow up on me. But I'm going to
You
do what I
show up
can.
next week with like an eye patch and
Yeah.
like what happened?
Well,
I don't want to talk about
so
it.
the neat thing is, you know what? Let me go back to show you
I'm
guys.
still not sold on a lot. Like some of the 3D stuff is cool, but some of it is like, I don't know.
So do you see this? You see this shooting stand that Jose
Yes.
Juan is using here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we've got little Velcro straps that'll go on that to actually lock the firearm in place, and then we have a remote pneumatic plunger system that I think is actually sitting on the shelf over here. We've never used it, but it came with that you can set up like you mount it in the trigger well, and when you push the little plunger at the end of a long tube,
Yeah.
it pushes a little plunger out on the other side up against the trigger and it actuates the trigger. So you can be many
There you
feet
go.
away. I mean, you could also just tie a string to it, pull it,
I just
but this gives you something that should be a little bit more accurate. So there is an off chance that the first shot may be tried like that.
I tend to do the one hand throwing it down the range with my head down, a couple shots, and then I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yeah. But like I said, in theory, that should be about the safest type of firearm you can make because it only fires on a locked bolt. If the bolt isn't locked, then it's not in tight enough. The firing pin won't have enough length. It won't hit the primer and it won't go. But Jose has he did an amazing job on this. I wonder if I have any better if I
I don't
zoom
know.
out any.
It's
It's all
hard with the
zoomed
left.
in.
It's hard with the wrong-handed people.
Here we go. Here we go. So you can see how the front of this hangs over the table. Like he made this really nice mounting bracket for this. It's a high score shooting bench, and it's actually got these little shock absorbers in it. So the whole thing, if you're firing it with his 22s, nothing moves. But if he's firing like a big bore hunting rifle or something, it has shock absorbers built in, and the whole thing will slide back on rails
Hmm.
just a little bit to absorb some of that recoil. It's a super cool from High Score, HYSKOR. Super, super cool stuff that Ted and his people make. But you can see how that sits on the table, and the straps are there to strap the firearm in place if you want to fire it remotely, or even if you just want to strap it in so it doesn't jump around. Full quartz and Summit. That's what that rifle's called, with the carbon fiber barrel and everything. He's got a vortex on that too, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Probably
Anyhow,
showed up just the other day from 2 years ago.
yeah. Well, that I think that was part of the big box I got several years
Ah,
ago.
just sitting there waiting.
Still got a couple things in that box that I haven't had a big use for yet. Okay, so those are some of the things going on with the Maker channel, the GearReport Firearms channel. I did not. I called you yesterday, TJ, about a firearm that a brand reached out and said, "Hey, can we
Mm-hmm.
send you this?" Um, and I said, "Sure, that sounds interesting." And that's a VZ61, which
Yes.
is a Czechoslovakian submachine gun that I'm assuming that they're talking about sending um, a U.S. civilian approved, semi-auto
Right.
version of that.
Or
And I have not gotten that call yet. So it's not the first time that this brand has said, "Hey, can I call you tomorrow?" And then they don't call. And then a day or two later, I get a message. "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I was going into a 10-minute meeting and it took 3 hours and I wasn't able to call you."
yeah,
So they're good
life
people. They're just
life
really
happens.
busy. They'll get back
We
to
know how it
us.
goes.
And so that VZ61 should be coming. Um, we heard, so here's a question. There are a couple people out there in the audience that go to SHOT Show. Something I haven't run into as much lately as I have in past years. Um, what it's like all of the marketing people and a lot of brands go to the same classes, like how to deal with media at SHOT Show. And apparently, what they teach them in the
Mm-hmm.
class is just nod your head and say, "Oh, sure, we'll send you
Yeah.
whatever. Just tell me what you want." And then when you reach out to them after SHOT Show, like they ghost you. Um,
Yeah.
so Franklin Armory, we worked with them several years ago. Had a great relationship when Sun was running marketing there. Sun left and now is back at Franklin Armory, but someone else is running marketing that I didn't know. But he offered, "Oh yeah, we'll send you. Let's send you the FX. What was it, F-17 or
The
FX-18 or
17.
something like that."
Yeah.
So it was 17, wasn't it?
17.
Right, because it's a 17, not an HMR, but like
W.
whatever the Mac Daddy set .17 round
Yep.
is. That's like a huge amount of powder for a tiny little bullet. Um, that's really interesting. So I got a reply from them that they're evaluating options. And I'm like, these brands piss me off when they say, "Oh, yeah, we'll send that." And now we're kind of booking that in our calendar and making room for it. And then they decide later, "Well, we're deciding what we're going to send." I'm like, "Well, why don't you just tell people that? Don't tell us
Right.
you're going to send it, because now we're blocking time in our calendar for it. Tell us that you would like to evaluate if you'd like to send it." Curious if anyone else has run into that much, but so we may get that, and I also
The
was
Winchester
expecting.
Super Magnum.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It sounds like
Mm-hmm.
a pink mist machine to me. Like those bullets are going to be going so fast. Like if you
Yeah,
do coyote hunting or groundhogs or something, like they're going to explode on impact. I think
I
that's
know.
that's going to
Like I
be
want to
interesting.
take it up to the ranch, see what happens.
Yeah. So so I don't know
3,000
if.
feet per second.
Huh. That's it? 2,000?
Uh,
I thought it'd
20
be
gra-
faster than that.
20 grains, 1.3 gram bullet delivering a muzzle velocity around 3,000
Oh, yeah,
foot
that's what I
per
was
second.
thinking.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyhow, that one, if it shows up, that'll be interesting. I was looking for the binary trigger for the Strybog and a binary for a Glock 17, which I've actually been trying to get a Gen 3 Glock 17 just for that project. And now he's like, "Well, we're
And
deciding what we're going to send." And I'm like,
like,
"You
well,
better be
I'm not
glad
gonna
I
buy a
didn't
gun
buy
yet,
a freaking gun for that."
dude. That'd be so. Just
Oh,
like I got
man.
the gun ready. Like, yeah, we're not gonna send that. Son of
I'd be calling son saying, "You better get your boy in line. He's
a- Yeah,
messing with me."
I spent some money.
Yep, yep. He told me he was sending it. I went out and bought a gun for it, and now it's not here. Come on now.
Yep.
Um, we got to reach
Yeah.
out. I haven't sent. It's time. I need to reach out to Tony at Dead Air and get a
Hmm.
can or two that we're going to do lined up for those projects that we talked about. And a couple other brands that had said, give us a couple weeks and then reach out. We're at the point where we need to start reaching out to them. So,
Yeah.
or probably we're at that point Monday, but in a week.
Eh.
So that's what's going on in terms of upcoming reviews. We're going to do an abbreviated Guitarmageddon because
Yay, it's
I
over.
don't have
Awesome.
anything new, but I want you to see two things. Number one, I have upgraded the chair that I use here for the broadcast,
Hmm.
but unfortunately now I've got this headrest,
Yeah, I was
which
gonna
is
say it's
amazing,
blocking a
and
lot of your view there,
I
buddy.
absolutely love it, but it's blocking the guitars, and that's annoying me a little bit because I like looking at them.
I
I
can't
get
see them.
distracted during the program sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, look at that sexy beast back there, you know, the guitars.
And look at the
Um,
guitars.
there's 10 of them on the rack behind me that go across the wall. Actually, you can see 9 of them. There's another one off to that side.
We
I
can
should
see
probably move the
5 of them
camera.
actually, if you're
Yeah.
wondering.
So I had a rough day with a couple things. I had to take a family member to an appointment about an hour away, and on the way there, we ran into a massive traffic jam.
Oh, geez.
And as we're going through this traffic jam, and we got really slow, like we're going faster, and the car had just a little bit of a shimmy, and I was like, "Oh man, I bet that plug I put in the tire is still hanging out a little and it hadn't worn off yet, and that's making it, you know, thud down the road." As it turns out, it wasn't that tire. That was a back left tire. It was a back right tire. And I figured this out when we get to the appointment after a huge traffic jam. When we get to going about 6 miles an hour, the whole car would shake back and forth, like to the point that my two cups in the cup holder were like banging into each other. It was crazy. Um, so we get to the appointment super late. Like I didn't have time to stop. We were already late. And they had said, well, as long as you're here by 8:45, we were supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. And we ended up getting there at 8:45 exactly, but it looked like we weren't going to make it. So I had to just keep going. We get there, we come out, and I'm checking the tire I thought had an issue, and it was fine. So I go over to the other one and I'm running my hand up over it. I'm like, I find a chunk missing.
I
And
was like, you're like a screw.
a
Look at
and a
this.
big piece sticking up. It was something else, and it probably a section about 6 inches long, where the whole outer tread section was gone, and part
Hmm.
of the steel belt on the
You got
inside was gone.
all you could out of those tires, didn't
Oh, I
you?
did. I absolutely did.
Yeah, I just had
And
to get new ones. I had to get new ones for the truck. I wasn't happy about it.
yeah, so that was today's success story. Was here, I'll pull that over there. Actually, I think it was more. If you look at that, I'm pretty sure that was more than 6 inches that was gone. Like the
No,
whole
look at
outer
that.
tread.
Look at
This is
that
the inner
steel. Look at
shell,
that.
and the steel
That is
belting that goes around is even missing
fantastic.
right there.
Sidewall was
Um,
coming off, buddy.
oh yeah, that thing. And I was rolling the tire. So what I did is I
Thinking you
took
might
the
need a
tire.
front end alignment,
I
rear
I took
alignment. I don't know.
I took the tire off of the vehicle and threw it in the van. And I had to take someone else to another appointment. So on the way there, we dropped it at the tire place. I said, I'll be back in an hour. And when I got back, it was ready. And the guy had said, hey, you didn't buy this replacement tire. You didn't buy the road hazard warranty. I said, yeah, I'm
No,
selling the
I'm
car in a
not.
week or two anyway. I don't care.
Right.
He said, well, if you had it, it would have paid for this damage. So I went to the
Oh,
appointment. When I came back to pick it up, I was thinking while I was gone, wait a second. I'm pretty sure I did the warranty on those tires a couple years ago
no.
at the same place. So I went in and said, "Hey, you know, you mentioned that," and he's thinking like I'm going to buy the warranty.
Uh
And I said, "Yeah, can you look up the car that it came off of?" Um, I'm pretty sure that I got the road hazard warranty on it. So you said that it would cover this. So he looked it up, and sure enough, um, it covered it. So I only had
He
to
was like,
pay like
son of a. Mm,
12 bucks or something for tax and disposal fees. So I was pretty happy about that. And I
that's a
didn't
good
have
day.
to like sit there. I just dropped the tire and picked it up an hour later. So
That's a good one. That's a good day.
that was dodging a bullet today. But
Mm-hmm.
then I got back and I didn't feel like, I'll be honest, I didn't feel like doing videos. I got a bunch of videos I need to work on. It was like, man, it was a rough day. I was stressed out. I'm going to play something. So what I did is I went through all 10 guitars and I played the same song on each one of them just to feel and hear how everything sounded different and played different. That was a really interesting exercise. I'm going to have to do more of that. I think that's pretty kind of like going to the range and shooting the same course of fire with different firearms,
Right. Yeah.
and you feel what works better for what and how that feels in your hand and all that stuff. So, yep.
Nice. I like it.
Yep. So that I believe is going to have to suffice for Guitar Mageddon for today.
Oh
I think.
no.
Yeah, I mean,
No. No.
I did, and can you see it at all? No, you can't. The
What?
camera's just a little too high. Right under here is a big tube amp that's sitting down there. And
Down
that
there.
I never play through that because it's too loud. And so part of the reason I started playing is like twice a month, I have this realization that I'm the only one in the house. Like if I'm the only one here, I can use the tube amp because I need to crank it up to be a little bit louder to get the right kind of sound out of it. And was like, oh, I'm here by myself for the next hour and a half. So I cranked it up and
Jam it out.
played 10 different guitars. It
I would
was a good day. Um, yeah, but
crank
I
it
was
up.
going to
And you're
turn
like,
that amp
what's
off,
going
but
on?
the camera can't see it. So what's new in your part of the woods?
I've been nothing usual. Just trying to finish out the last few reviews I have from last year.
Yeah, get cleared out so we can get some new stuff in your
And the
hands.
duty coat, break arm stuff.
Cool.
Oh, I get some other stuff, I'm sure. Oh,
Yeah.
the
So,
stern defense.
probably.
Stern defense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Was that a stock adapter or something?
Yeah, that was
Was it?
the where you just take the whole stock off, just detaches and quick attack.
Right.
I put that on that AR9 build I built for K-Man for Christmas.
I forgot about that. They got a couple different versions of
Yeah.
that, and they offered me one of them to look at. Oh, okay. So what Caleb, this is interesting. Caleb's got a couple things here coming. Let's see. One is a draft. That is, I told you that I've got parts coming from CAC Industry.
Mhm.
That is who made the uh, a 300 blackout 1 in 5 twist 8-inch barrel from CAC Industry. That is the pending article that I need to edit and publish probably
Ah,
tomorrow. And then Caleb also has upcoming the Palmetto State Armory PSAK 47, the GF5. It's
ah,
his MOEKOV review. So
nice.
it should be a pretty interesting one.
I'm waiting
So
for
we got
the imitation Steyr review on that one that somebody's going to be doing here shortly.
the imitation Steyr. What are you talking about?
With AUG, the 3D frame AUG that somebody's going to be printing
Well,
eventually.
but that's the thing. People have to go look at that on Rumble because I'm not allowed to talk about it here. I mean,
Damn it.
I can talk a big picture about, hey, we're going to do this, but I can't risk getting these channels nuked too. Um,
I have to go
but
watch videos now.
speaking
But I will because that thing will be awesome.
yeah. Speaking of Palmetto, I'm looking for the video. There it is. Let me get that up and
We have a
I'll
video.
share the screen again. This is one that I need to get published. I actually thought I'd have it published by now. Let's see, share, and we'll put that on the screen. Um, it just occurred to me yesterday. I was like, oh my God, I didn't put any of these up yet. It's one of the new prototypes that they had. This one was funny. This little tiny little PDW, because the way that collapsible extendable brace or stock or whatever it is held on. I think it's a brace, right?
Yeah.
Um, because it's a prototype. Um, if you pull too hard, it comes out
Yeah.
and springs go
Pop
flying
the pins
everywhere.
out. It was the
And the guy
funniest.
was like, "Oh my god, it happens like every 10 minutes." And he tells everyone who touches it, don't do this. Um, so
Ching.
yeah, so I held it. That's you holding it right there.
Yes, my
But then
sexy
I
hand.
held it and looked at it and didn't do anything to break it. And then I handed it back to him. And a minute later, he handed it to someone else while I was filming one of their shotgun prototypes. And one of the springs hit me like in the
Yep.
side. Because the guy, he said, "Don't do this or it'll come apart." And the guy said, "Oh, okay." And then immediately did that,
Yeah,
pulled it
I
apart.
heard it like chink. Everybody knows that sound when they're putting together stuff and they lose one. Like, oh crap!
Yeah. So they
Just
had
put it
their
in.
oh, that's their bolt gun that they're working on as a prototype that looks pretty cool. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, pretty standard kind of polymer hunting gun configuration, right?
Yeah,
And that's in 308. So I don't think that one, as one of their concept guns, I don't think that one had the greatest chance of making the cut. And what was this one?
the shotgun.
Oh, that's the other version of their bolt gun. So they had two of them.
Didn't you? I think you did a B roll of the shotgun too, didn't you?
Yeah, the five PSA
There it
570
is. Yeah,
shotgun right there. And then I mean, it
it's a
doesn't look
shotgun.
it looks like my the 870 or 960 or something shotgun with the Magpul furniture on it. I mean, looks pretty
Mhm.
much the same to what something I've had for quite a while. But PSA, if they bring it out, it'll be at a better price point. So here's their other prototype model they had with all of this blue lighting. On all the concept guns were on racks that had blue lights, which is interesting because it makes it easy when you're looking at the videos to see. Oh yeah, I know which ones were the concept guns because they
Yeah,
had all the blue lighting. Yep. So there you go. So the idea here is it'll be like an 870 only at PSA pricing, which should be a little bit more aggressive than Mossberg pricing. And they had their little the saber dagger looked pretty cool as
yeah, it
well.
was pretty cool.
Yeah. I have kicked around. I got to talk to Josiah, see if we can get our hands on anything to review. I've kicked around just ordering something though, because when you order something to do a review, you don't have any of the pressure of a
Yeah,
timeline or expectations or anything. You can do whatever you want,
yeah,
which we tend to do whatever we want anyway. But it's a more easy. You can do whatever you want.
yeah. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I mean, if I get on Primary Arms or something, I see one of the rocks on sale. I'll probably get one of the rocks
Yeah,
since I've got a ton of the 5.7 ammo.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. On PSA, you mean?
Yep,
Yeah. All right, we're gonna make it official and just move into TJ's happy hour.
it's always
Heck,
TJ's happy
why
hour.
not? Right?
TJ's been in happy hour since like 2:30.
Well, it's good to hear. All right.
I just left the club like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Left the club, and he hasn't been out clubbing. He's
The
been
tennis club, where I work.
working.
I
Yeah.
we luckily they opened the bar at 10 o'clock on Thursdays for ladies tennis league. So at
So
2:30 the bar is
basically,
still open, crazy enough. And yeah, I just left a little while ago.
what I'm hearing is that you're basically working to pay your bar tab each week.
Pretty much, yeah. But like I didn't
Yeah.
run up $180 bar tab today with me and Killian and Crystal today.
Yeah.
But
So
we had a
here's,
good time.
oh, can you read the Chinese on there?
No,
I
I
was just
cannot.
checking. I don't know how good your
Wait till I
Chinese is.
see it.
This is something. So I've been using for videos around the studio. This little Saramonic Blink Go. It's got two little wireless mics. I used them at SHOT Show a couple years. Use them a couple times a week, and they did great. Except finally, one of them, the little clip that holds it
Yeah, I
on,
remember.
broke off.
Yeah, it broke off.
It broke off before SHOT. I glued it back in
Mhm.
place. It survived through SHOT. The very first time I used it after SHOT, it snapped off, and I was like, glad it
Just
didn't break at SHOT. I
mid.
did
Yeah.
have my backup pair with me, but I've been using these, just some little no name Chinese stuff, and I like them better. They sound super good. They cancel noise really well. They come on automatically. I don't have to remember to turn them on and off. Like
Oh,
they,
nice.
when you put them back, they shut off. They're magnetically held in the case so they don't fall out. I'm really digging those.
Nice.
And it's
I like
got a
that. I
nice
like them better.
battery
I
in
like
the
them already.
case. Yeah, it's got a nice battery in the case, so they charge when you put them away. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And let's see, I can show you something else that's coming for all of the
Yeah,
camping people, which is basically just TJ because he's the only one here
I
with me.
love camping. I gotta find all
Um,
the camping stuff.
my camping people. So, but you'll appreciate this, right?
I'm
Um,
sure I will.
I, I have I have let you use some inflatable mattresses before.
Mm-hmm.
And the camping mattresses that you have to blow up, it can kind of suck, because often you're finally going to bed and it's like, I don't want to deal with having to blow something up. So this is a little air pump just for backpacking. And I literally am opening the package right here. It weighs 1.2 ounces. It is tiny, and you use it to blow up your sleeping pad when you're camping.
Or any
Um,
inflatable.
or yeah,
Just asking. I
apparently,
mean,
yeah,
got I've got
apparently,
some
yeah. It's
things.
got a whole bunch of different fittings for mating with different
That's what I'm
different
talking
type of
about.
inflation valves. So this is something that on the Gear Report camping side of the house is going to be pretty popular and get some attention. Like
That's much
people,
better than the
people will
giant
be
battery
happy.
pack power freaking thing you need to blow up the air mattress with. I've got one with that has the batteries in the air mattress pump in there. And I'm like, this thing's so heavy. Why is it so heavy? And it's like, oh, never mind. 4 D-sized batteries in the freaking pump built into the mattress.
No, that won't do.
I know it won't do in the camping world, but that's what I have.
For the car
I'm not a
camping
camping
stuff, I mean, the old school big batteries are just a pain in the ass to deal with. But I've
I
been using these little rectangular ones. This Gigapump says it is.
take a pump.
It says 165 grams. I don't know how many ounces that is.
Damn metric.
Let's see. How many grams is this? It says 33 grams versus 165 grams. So this
All right.
is a small fraction of what the other, which was like a um, pretty light. I mean, it's still going to be like 4 or 5 ounces versus 1.2. Um, I know, a few ounces here and there probably doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're backpacking and you're carrying things for, you know, days and days in a row, um, oh, look at that. G-Webs with a suggestion to give us a thumbs up. Yeah. And we got a lot of people who watch this program regularly. I don't even know if they're subscribed. So if you're watching in live or in replay, go ahead and
Why not?
subscribe if you don't
Go
mind.
ahead.
Click
Yeah.
for the notifications. Oh, here's something interesting.
Uh-oh.
The anyhow, this before I get to that, this was from Flextail, and this is like a big deal in the backpacking community. People are very eager to see that, so I'm very pleased that Flextail, they actually offered to send it, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm kind of busy. And then I realized that there were people like dying to see a review on this,
Right.
so I was like, yeah, okay, fine.
Sure. I'll blow up some things around the house.
I
It'll
said,
be
I'll
okay.
do
I'll
it
make
if
it
you
work.
also send me a new pump for my stand-up paddleboard. So I'm going to review this one as well, and that'll be good because little air mattress, you got to blow it up by hand. That's fine. A stand-up paddleboard, even with the big pump that they ship with them, it'll take you an hour and a half, and you'll be
Mhm.
so worn out by the time you get it blown up. It's like I give up. What I don't even want to go use it now. I'm too tired. So you hook it up with one of these battery powered pumps, and it'll still run for 15 minutes. But then when it's blown up, it's like all you've done is like hook it up
Yeah.
and push the button. Now you can go out and have fun on it. So I'm pretty stoked about both of those. Um, Not that I have anything else that I blow up that I need it for. Um,
Mhm. Mhm. Listen,
no, I don't.
as far as we know, that's the
Yep.
truth.
Yep. Although I don't have anything else, but I wonder if I can show you just part of something here, just
Uh-oh.
so you can see this material here um, is soft rubber. It's not super soft, but it's a little bit squishy. It's got some flex to it. I printed that on the 3D printer, and I was able to do one print, and then when I went to print something else, it wouldn't feed. And come to find out, the filament that you the rubber, the TPU filament is very what would it be? It's not hydrophobic, whatever it means when it'll absorb moisture out of the air when it takes on
Yep.
humidity. And it swells. And when it swells, it won't feed through the extruder. It
Oh,
won't
that
feed
sucks.
through the hot end, so it
You gotta
jams
deal
up
with
and it.
humidity. You gotta deal with humidity up there with that stuff too.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work down here. We're humid
So
all
I
the time.
think, well, you have to get a dehydrator, like a box that
So
you
much
store the
box.
filament in, and it feeds out of the box. And it just keeps a little motor with a little heater element and a motor running to cook the moisture out of the air and keep the humidity low so that your filament dries out. So I'm going to take the filament to him, and he's going to dry it out for me in his filament
Microwave.
dryer. So he
Microwave.
says, but I'm like, dang it, I probably just need to buy one or make one or something. So, all
Probably
right.
make it like toaster oven and a box fan. Good to
Well,
go.
I have a dehydrator for food. So if I go on a long backpacking trip, I can actually make stuff and then put it through the
Mm.
dehydrator, get all the moisture out. So then when I'm
Yep.
out on the trail, you just add water and you get it back to the
Oof.
nice
Back,
home cooking.
back to ramen.
Yeah. 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 So I actually have a food dehydrator. I just don't think the way it's set up, I hadn't figured out how to make it work for my filament. But I may be able to figure something out. Who knows? Maybe I can print a box. Ooh, there's an
Oh,
idea.
no, here we go.
On the printer, I can print a box that will fit on top
Like
of
a
it.
reverse humidor.
Yeah.
There you go.
An unhumidor.
An unhumidor.
Yeah. The no
I
humidor.
was gonna say, because I have a humidor and I have to keep the cigars at the right humidity and temperature.
Yep.
Otherwise, they will dry out. Oh, let's see.
Looking to see
I
if I
heard
have
Jeff
anything
takes
else.
dehydrated water with him to save weight. He does defense that. Yes, he
I do.
dehydrates everything.
You can buy it in a can, actually,
Yeah.
as long as yeah, well, that's important because it stays sealed until you need it, and then when you crack it open, you don't have to worry about it revaporating. You get that
Mhm,
revaporate? I don't even know what
mhm.
that. I just
Yep.
made that.
I did.
Trying
He
to be
made up
clever.
everything you just said.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what he's saying.
And something else I have to look at. This showed up
Oh,
right before Shot Show from Phoenix. Is the
oh yeah.
HT18R. I think I may have talked about this right before shot, but
You could do
I am
first
almost to the
break.
point of opening that up and getting my review on with that. I just had too many other things. I got all my videos. I got all my Amazon videos posted from SHOT Show, I think, except for a couple where the product's not available yet.
Ah,
And that's
what's
frustrating because it's like, oh, I dropped what I was doing, edited the video, got loaded it up to Amazon, and then when I go to tag the product, I'm like, oh, that's the
like
problem with having
so
early
like,
access
hey
to
guys,
all of
can
this
you
stuff.
throw this out on Amazon for me? I've already got a video for it. We're good to go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to call Eric and say, hey, get those sites up there, bruh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyhow. Oh, let's see. Looking at my list here. Still got some stuff to do there. Yep. Lots to do. I thought I was going to have a new light to try today. Um, Actually, I'm going to grab it because it's kind of interesting looking.
He's gonna grab it. You heard it here first. That's awfully
But
big.
the mounting bracket doesn't exactly
What
work
the
that
hell
well.
is that?
So the idea here, this they call it a moonlight, and it's supposed to go over the top and point down, and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't throw shadow because it's curved, right?
Giant
I
curved
wanted to
light.
put it. I want to put it up here by the camera so it's facing me, and then with my head kind of in the middle, and then I won't have shadow on one side. But then the mounting bracket's all curved, funky. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to. Oh, maybe I can mount that on the desk back there.
I was gonna
Have this
say,
big
put it
light up
underneath
in front of me. That'll be awesome.
and a clamp with a yeah.
Yeah, I'll print a bracket for it.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I'm getting clever now. Thinking
Yeah, so
thinking up reasons to justify.
he's in the 3D mode. I'll just make it.
Yeah,
I'll make anything I want.
yeah.
I can.
What is he talking about? G-Web says, I'm only watching, not listening, but that shoulder stock seems too large in my opinion.
Because that
If that was the
the
little
curved light
thing,
is the shoulder light, shoulder stock.
um, no, no, it's not. It's a good size. I could probably show that part of it. Let me turn things around here. Move it up in front of the camera. I mean, it's huge because it's up by the camera, but it's actually pretty jazzy. I kind of like it. Yeah,
I
and if
like it.
you yeah, when you go look at it on the one of our Rumble channels, wherever it is, you'll see that one actually says on one side, GearReport.com edition.
Ooh,
So I'm going to start
limited.
adding that to
There
things
you
as
go.
I
We have
make.
limited edition pieces parts.
Oh, that's one of one right now. Yep, pretty
Collector's edition.
exclusive. Pretty
Collector's edition.
exclusive. Yeah.
Do you put that on there? One of one.
I know, but maybe I'll do that on another one.
You sign that one.
Oh, that could be interesting if I can get a signature that then 3D prints into
There you
everything. It'd be like
go.
Michael Jordan with the signature on the
There you
shoes.
go. See?
Air Gear Report.
That's
We're
what
going
we're
to
here
be
for.
billionaires.
We'll be billion penny heirs.
Probably not that much,
No.
actually. Yeah. All right. Look, we already talked about all those other video things. I don't even want to go there with that.
It's a very efficient show tonight. We've been just knocking through everything.
Yeah. So I keep feeling like I know there was something that had come in that I was wanting to talk about. Oh, here's something we can talk about that I'm excited about. I didn't even
Yeah.
know these were available until I got a set to review. These are the latest
Oh,
model,
no.
just like
I
the
know.
outdoor model from Crocs, like real Crocs, right? Check out the pattern
We
on
have
the bottom of
real
those.
Crocs? Are those
They
real
call
Crocs?
these it says MTN, Crocs MTN, like mountain. And so the neat thing here, real Crocs, not fake Crocs,
Okay,
is
I was wondering.
like the regular Crocs, you wear them outside in the woods, and they got the big vent holes around the edges, and
Mhm.
it's not uncommon for people to get impaled on branches, like little twigs or sticks or branches that have fallen on the ground. As you're walking, your foot swings up and impales on a branch, and it goes into your foot, and that's really bad.
See, that's why I don't wear
So
them.
these have got just tiny little vents, and they're up here out of the way where they're not in that arc where you're likely to get something jammed in and cut your foot. They got a padded strap that
For
that you
off-road
can pop loose.
4x4.
Yeah, if you need, so this is 4-wheel drive here. So this is 2-wheel drive, and then you flip it over and clip it, and now
Four-wheel
that's
drive.
4-wheel drive. So Crocs Mountain is something new that I didn't even know they were coming out with, and they're pretty heavy duty. So unfortunately, they did not have my size. So so my son Randall has got a pair of Crocs now, a new pair, the brand new Crocs Mountain.
Nice.
Let's see. What is, oh, Crystal's here. Well, hello, Crystal. G Web
Staying
says
with it.
3D printed shoes look good. Yeah. Oh, see, there's an idea. I can
Oh,
print on the
no.
TPU rubber now. I can print my own
Oh, gee.
shoes or
Don't
whatever.
give him any
I
ideas. He'll
I
be
could
3
print
print.
new soles. I could print soles to glue onto the bottom of my Crocs that are wearing out.
Why?
This is brilliant.
Why?
That's wonderful. I love that idea. I need the pop-on Crocs headlamps.
Yeah, you do need the headlamp. He's got them. Don't you act like he doesn't have them, Defense Dad. He's had them when as soon
I've
as they
got a
came out,
couple. I actually had a pair that I got,
but now he's just
8
gonna print
months ago or so, and
them.
then my sister's boyfriend actually gave me. I haven't even taken them out yet because I don't have any that I wear outside that these will fit on. But they're an aluminum housing that fits down through there. So I've got one for each. Um, so yeah, we got the fancy stuff.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh, K-Man's got the headlights too. That's amazing. You know what? He looks like a headlight kind of person to me. Like,
He likes some headlights.
wait a second. Didn't I send you a set of headlights?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I think you're going to.
No, I'm pretty sure I did.
I don't
Anyhow,
know.
I
I don't
know
have
I
'em.
certainly I know we talked about I thought I did. Oh geez, dude, you don't have to call me that. I don't even go by that. Hobo Jeff shaved today just for this program. I'll have you
Yeah,
know.
Hobo
I'm
TJ did not.
I dehoboed just for this program. All right, that's how much I care. Is I actually
Yeah, I could see it.
dehoboed just for the
You
show.
dehoboed.
Yeah.
What- Urban Dictionary dehoboing.
All right. I'm looking for not that one. Let's show something else here. I'm going to share a link, copy, pull that over, and get
What are you
back
what are
to
you sharing? What do you got going?
StreamYard. There we go. There's the link.
We're getting the
Amazon.com shop slash
there we go. You
gear-report.com.
too can buy
I'm going
your
to show
Croc
you over here.
headlights.
Get that off the screen. So that's in the chat if anyone wants that link. That'll take you to the Gear Report store on Amazon. We've actually got a couple stores, like 3 or 4 stores on Amazon. They're all called Gear Report. Any Gear Report store you find on Amazon is one of the ones I create. I've got 4 Amazon influencer accounts. I think they're all called Gear Report, but this one has got 3D printing stuff, guitar videos, hunting and shooting, backpacking stuff, more guitar stuff. And you see all the videos as they come up. Um, so, something neat. Yesterday, I got out this electric car jack. I actually didn't want to show the whole video. I wanted to show what it looks like under the car here. Um, Maybe you can see. So it's up under there. You push a button, and it actually raises the
Really?
that little plunger. You plug it into the cigarette lighter, and it
What's the What's
You
the weight
flip the
limit on it?
switch, it raises at 5 tons.
Oh,
So,
Jesus.
yeah. So I actually took it out in the garage yesterday and put it
The Humvee?
no, I should have. I'll probably
Dude,
film another one under the
dude.
Humvee just for shits, but,
You have a Humvee. I would do every video in the Humvee.
I know, but I thought it'd be more fun to use the Prius because those are more popular.
But you could lift up the whole Prius with that.
Yeah, yeah. So this was under the wife's Prius, and then today when I had the car trouble, like, I've been sitting on this since before SHOT Show because I didn't want to take the time to go out and shoot the video. So I went out and shot the video, and then I did that yesterday, and then today I had that tire go south on me. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be so easy." So I put that under, hit the button. I didn't have to pump the jack or anything. It just went up on its own, and then
Nice.
and then oh, to get the lug nuts off, didn't have to wrench with it. I got the little battery
No,
powered impact wrench.
yep.
Zip, 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 zip. Pulled it off. So easy. Like, I am so in love with all of these little power tools now.
Oh, yeah.
It makes things so much better.
They
What is
do.
this? I should get those headlights for my Crocs. My daughter would be mortified. Yeah. I don't understand
That's
why
why
people
you
have
should get
issues with Crocs. I really don't. Um, and
it's
you know what?
it's the
Not only
dad
do I not
it's dad
understand,
wear.
not only do I not understand, I don't care even a little bit. I've had people like laugh
There you
at them,
go.
and I'm like, dude, for me to be upset, I have to value your opinion. So
Yeah.
trust me,
They're like, and these are Fox.
I'm
These
not
are faux
upset at
Crocs.
all. Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
much I care.
Yeah. It's like jokes, you know? I don't care if it hurts your feelings. The joke's about making me happy. It's not about you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not telling it for you. I'm telling it for me. If you think it's funny, that's a bonus, but it has nothing to do with my motivation for telling the joke. It's all to entertain me. So anyhow, you can go check out the Amazon.com shop slash GearReport.com. And anything you buy, if you watch our videos and then buy the product, we get a teeny tiny, tiny, like less than the affiliate commission. But you know, they add up over time. It pays the mortgage. This program actually pays the mortgage every month, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Nice.
Yep, yep,
See, everybody's helping.
indeed. All right, we've exceeded our hour. I'd like to thank
We
everyone
have.
for being here. TJ, anything you wanted to talk about before we check out?
No.
Well, I appreciate that you took time to really give a considered response there. You didn't
I
just
had to
jump
think
in
about
there.
it for a second. I was like, nah, not really.
Yep. Do I? Yeah.
Uh, no, I'm exhausted from work.
Yeah. Um, I'm
That
exhausted from
early morning getting up is it gets to you after a
actually, I'm not
while.
exhausted. Yeah. Oh, I hear you. Yep. Okay. So thanks everyone for being there out there in the comments. We appreciate you. We're here every Thursday at 9
We
p.m. on the
are.
East Coast. Almost every. I mean, every now and then we'll take a week off, but we're probably, you know, what, 52 weeks a year. We're probably a good 48 or
Yeah.
49. We do the
Yeah.
program.
We're
So,
49.
I mean, that's why we're pushing 200 episodes. We started.
Thanksgiving is definitely a no-go because I mean there's no way I can function on evening
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
it'd
it'd be
be a
fun.
little,
Next year
it'd
we
be a
should do it
spicy
just 'cause
program for sure.
it would be fun. Definitely rated PG 17R or whatever.
PGR. Yeah. Yeah. Not RPG. That'd be a role playing game. And
I mean, who knows?
yeah. Okay. With that, I'm going to thank everyone for being here, and we'll see you next week. Until then, I gotta get the button up there. Okay, now we'll see you at the range.